Hello guys, welcome back to 1878 Blues. This is a very late reaction, I do apologise. I've had a very, very busy weekend. Everton nil, Aston Villa nil, a point against a team who's struggling at the moment. We can't lie about it. It's quite bizarre after the last few years to see Everton dominate a game of football, have a lot more shots than a team like Aston Villa who have been on the rise in recent years. And we've always seemed to struggle against them anyway at home. We've never really had an easy game against them. And wins have been hard to come by against that club. So, again, the story goes on. We didn't win, but we didn't lose this time. They're clearly lacking any identity of going forward, which is wild. They've still got Morgan Rogers and Watkins. They've lost a few players. I don't think they did particularly well with their recruitment. Also, just to point it out there, Harvey Elliott, you're just a fucking dickhead, mate. And you got kicked out of your own club, the club you love and support, because you're shite. Let's just be honest with it, you're shite. You have a nice first touch and that's about it, mate. So yeah, I'm trying to put 30 up, lad. Yeah, you'll soon regret that, I reckon. I reckon you'll soon regret that, being a little cocky fucker. But anyway, that's enough from the slander. Yeah. Listen, we should have won the game. I think we're a striker away from being a really competitive team this year. Obviously, Barry's still settling in. Some players take longer than others. You know, it's all about characteristics, not about ability necessarily. Obviously, just him being in a new country, like living in a new country, and well, he actually has done that before, to be honest. That's a load of shit. But you know, some places aren't as similar to, you know, where he stayed before, and it's just a whole different life for him out here. It's obviously Premier League as well, as added on pressure with that. And again, it's a new team, it's a new club, so hopefully it doesn't take too long till he beds in. Hopefully against the red shite, he can do something. But yeah, there's elements still that needs improving. Beto works hard. He can do a decent job up there, but he shouldn't be leading Everton into a season as our main striker. But you know, we can't fix everything in one window, unfortunately. But yeah, tough one to take to not actually go and win the game. I think there's opportunities at times when I watch Everton, and you know, we miss out on so many opportunities, kind of gifts that are given us. You know, we missed a number of chances in the game. I thought we dominated. It wasn't absolutely scintillating, but there's just so much more progression about Everton, the way we play, and you know, the way our attacks form. There's just a lot more clarity in what we do. But from the highlights I've seen from that game, yeah, we should have won the game. But you know, the stats alone, we should have won the game. And it's Martinez as well, which fucking annoyed me. You know, he's made some very good saves, especially the one with I think it was Michael Keane who headed the ball and he tipped it onto the bar. Now, you would think you still need to, you know, you probably should be able to make a save like that. It's coming at him fast, like, and there's some goalkeepers out there who just mistime it. And, you know, I've seen them go in the pass where it goes through the goalkeeper. So it's still regarded as a very good save because of speed and velocity on it. And that's a shame, but that was our biggest chance, I'd say. We had a number of half chances, mini chances. You know, Grealish had a shot in the first half as well. It was a good save by Martinez. A number of moments, Barry should be putting chances away. And I just like, again, I don't want to be asking for too much, but when you're in good form or in a good place and in a good moment, you want to take advantage of it as much as you can. And we've missed an opportunity there to take 2 extra points. Listen, the positive is we kept a clean sheet. No one's scored at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. So on a professional level, in a professional game, but we'll take the point, we move on. I feel like I've just had deja vu that I've done this video before. I'm gonna have to look this up if I've actually done a video this weekend, but I don't recall doing one at all. That's weird. I feel like I've said that before. But yeah, it's one of them. Villa didn't turn up. Kind of accepted that going forward it wasn't going to be. I mean, it's mad because they've still got some very good players. But going forward, just wasn't an option for them, and going out all attack. You know, they sat back a lot, and it was just strange to see. But again, this is why we've got these players in as well. When, you know, teams set up as a low block against us, which isn't a common thing because, you know, we've been shite ourselves. We're the team who normally do that. But if we come up against lower opposition or maybe a promoted team, and it's not like a home. You know, we have faced that in the past and we have struggled and we haven't beaten these promoted teams a lot of the times. We've probably been beaten by them because we've struggled to break down 10 men behind the ball. And that's, in the case of this, even though it's, you know, it's Aston Villa who have been flying high for the last few years. And unfortunately, we just couldn't do it. And again, I think part of it is down to a striker, you know, Grealish, Drewsbury, they can't contribute all the time, and Dyer can't contribute all the time. You know, you need your striker getting on the end of stuff and, you know, putting them away. And unfortunately, that wasn't the case. Again, positive is we've kept a clean sheet. Michael Keane was very good. But again, we know Michael Keane, this is a great game or good game for him, and then you're just waiting for the next mistake. And that's not me being harsh, that's the reality of Michael Keane. He's a decent centre-back, but it's at the stage where we want to be at. You'll never be in that team. But while he's here, he's still doing a job for us, and obviously, you know, you can't discredit him with the amount of games he's had in the Premier League and the club. You know, playing for Everton for that long as well, you know, you can't discredit him. He's still done a job for us, but he played well today. I'll give credit when it's due. Obviously, you'd prefer to have Branthwaite back, a lot more comfortable on the ball. You know, I think Tarkowski struggled without Branthwaite's assistance. Obviously, Mikalenko was out. Garner does a job, but we need, for Grealish especially as well, even though Grealish still played well, you need a wing back. You know, run down the wing and run down the side and open space for Grealish, and obviously just provide them more threat. But obviously we know as well Mikalenko isn't particularly great going forward. But he still, it showed when we had him against Wolves that, you know, we do need a recognised right and left back. But look, we've kept a clean sheet still. We had the chances to win the game, so we could have got it. You know, at the end of the day, we've missed these players, but we should have probably we should have won the game. But we haven't. It is what it is. We crack on to the Merseyside derby. Unfortunately, they've won again today. Like, I honestly don't know who they look up to in the sky, and, you know, who they get blessed by, but they seem to be getting away with everything at the moment, absolutely everything. And normally there'll be a halt, and there'll be, you know, the luck will stop, and you could go Liverpool battered, or in terms of stats as well, you know, barely sat back. But what do you expect? What do you expect? Look at the two teams, come on. So, you know, at the end of the day, they still got away with it, Liverpool, because they didn't, you know, they should be beating them a lot more comfortably. They have the players there, the money they've spent on them, and they struggled still to break Burnley down. So, you know, to get a scruffy win like that is really fucking infuriating. And obviously they take enjoyment, the red shites, from opposition fans who react this way. But, you know, I hope now it's a blessing in disguise that we go and take a result at Anfield, which, you know, even though we've been very positive this season and everything looking great and there's a transformation with this club, you know, it's hard to be positive about that because it's just my life. But yeah, that's next weekend. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm not looking forward to it. Never do, never will. But yeah, up to now, positive start to the season. You know, even if we lose against Liverpool, which obviously is not fucking great at all, it's not a disaster start to the season. It's it's been a club in transmission at the minute. So, you know, there's going to be bumps in the road. We all know that. There will be a team who scored their first goal at our new stadium. There will be a team who will batter us at our new stadium, and we will lose games, and it will happen. And obviously the day will come eventually, but you know, just it's nice to be a bit positive for a change. Again, could have done more today, and you know, you look at it where whatever we could end, you know, games like this is where you're gonna look back on and go, we should have took our chances and we should have been more clinical. And yeah, just very frustrating, because you just want to keep this good momentum going. You know, you want to kind of say we've won 3 games in a row and we're fucking flying at the minute. But listen, another, you know, taking a clean sheet after conceding quite a few goals recently. So that's a positive. And yeah, players again. Malin Rowe looked really, you know, looked alive when he come on. He just, you know, you can tell he's got something about him. Diblin gets more minutes. Everyone gets more minutes and more time to gel. And I just hope, yeah, the positivity keeps coming along, and hopefully we can get something out of Anfield, and you know, kind of show that we're not here to get fucked about really, and we're here to take a stance in the Premier League and not be fighting relegation. And yeah, it'd be really refreshing to grab something from that game. So yeah, we'll see from then, but I'll do my match preview for that hopefully. If my life just doesn't get any if my life gets less busier, that would be ideal at this moment of time. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll speak to you all soon.